Hey, what's up, guys? My fellow Mustang fanatics. Let me tell you something about if you're gonna do an alternator upgrade and you've been thinking about doing the 6G, I totally recommend you do the 6G. All right, let me show you the little install I did. Now, um, this unit is from I think it's from an '01 to '04 Mustang V6, and you guys know this thing puts out 130 amps, right? Now I had a 3G big case on it, which obviously it didn't fit, and as you can see, I had it laying here because the case was so big that I couldn't lay it right, and I didn't want to really grind the bracket or anything, and I had that 3G in there for I would say like 5 years, and I bought it off a junkyard for like $20. I don't know, something like that. But my needle inside the car was jumping around a little bit, and at night I could see the lights flickering. So I'm pretty sure I had a bad diode on it. So I took the opportunity to go ahead and do the 6G, right? And thank you to what's it called? I think it's called Eagle Electric something something. I don't know. I don't remember that. Well, they're on eBay. They're in California, and to my surprise, I got this unit here in 2 days, which is that's pretty awesome. I mean, they're in California. I'm here in Miami, so that was pretty cool of them. Anyways, I'm gonna show you. Use the harness, the factory harness, right? Um, I went ahead and I took out the whole harness, and what I saw is that the obviously the 3G puts out 130 amps also, but what I saw is, you guys know you're familiar with these two black and orange cables right here, right? Those wires right there. Okay, those wires, I've learned that they can't handle 130 amps, because when I open up this harness, the actual junction right here that they turn, those two wires come in and they turn to a 6 gauge wire. That junction was melting, so that means that it got hot at one point because of the amperage of this thing was pulling out. Not this one. I'm talking about the 3G, when I had the 3G in here. So I went and repaired that. I left the two wires here, as you can see. Eagle was kind enough to send me a plug for this alternator. So it's really simple, guys. Green with green, yellow with yellow on your harness. All right, very simple, very simple. The only one that you're not going to use, the 3G alternator has that white wire coming out of here, and then it plugs over here. I think it's for the stator, I don't remember, or the reluctor, I don't remember. That one is completely eliminated. You're not going to use that wire anymore. Okay, now, like I said, green to green, yellow to yellow. Get in here, solder those together, get some heat shrinking tubing, make your own harness. Look, just make your own harness, be creative, and make it look as factory as possible. Now on the other side, if you can see this one right here, let me see if I can see my there it is. This wire, that's a 4 gauge wire I added. Okay, so on top of these two black and orange wire, I have a 4 gauge wire running all the way over here. So you guys know what this is. So under here you got your solenoid. I put an inline fuse also on that wire. And by the way, wrap it up real good. Wrap it up real good, because you need to protect that wire very, very well. Right? So I put an inline fuse in here. Trust me, it's in there. I don't want to take that thing off. And here's the wire that's coming from the alternators right here. Right here. That's a 4 gauge wire. Obviously, this one goes to the solenoid. And this red wire here is the one that goes to my relay for my Black Magic fan. Okay? And as you can see, since this is a small case alternator, it'll fit right in. No grinding, no nothing. It'll fit right in perfectly. And this is it's a 2.3, but the same thing goes for a V8. It'll drop right in. Okay? Very important. This wire, very important. Go ahead and put this wire. put a 4-gauge wire. If you rely on these two only, you're gonna have a failure, because I was about to have a failure. And then, you're talking about a fire hazard and all kinds of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want your electrical system to fry, or in the worst case scenario, your car to catch on fire. So go ahead, take your time, add a 4-gauge wire like I did right here. Everything is tie strap. You want to make sure that wire doesn't move a lot. All right. And so far I've been super happy, super happy. I went ahead and put a meter on my battery, and I turned on everything I could turn on in this car. AC, you name it, everything I could turn on, even the wipers. And that thing never went below 14 volts. So I'm super happy. That's something you guys can go ahead and tackle. And if you're familiar with tools and a little bit of electricity, it's a cake job. I'm telling you. It took me a little bit over 2 hours, and it took me 2 hours because I like to do, I suffer from OCD, so I like to do stuff that looks factory. And this is what I did here. I did everything and make sure everything was nice and covered and protected, as you can see. Awesome install, bro. I totally recommend it. All right, guys, take care.